Hey guys, what is going on? I'm back with another video, and today we will be talking about the Fortnite Season 10 meta. As of today, I think people are getting a hang of the meta, and it's all starting to kind of circle in on us that it's gonna be a crazy season, alright? I think we all know it's gonna be a crazy season. And I have 5 things and another little image that I want to show you guys today. So firstly, I want to start talking about the loot pool. I have a little tier list made of the S tier items, the A tier, the B tier, and the C tier. Now, I don't have all items on this list. I just have the ones that are relevant in Season 10 and that will help you get wins. So in my S tier, I put the combat because it's the best shotgun right now. Everyone's using it. It's very good for endgame. It's quick pace. It's really good. I have the chug splashes with the trios and trios being played in the duos. It's really good to have chug splashes with you to help your teammate heal up and even yourself in the endgame. I have minis, obviously always my favorite. I have ARs, scars. Normal ARs are really in the meta right now. Shockwaves, so good endgame in rotation. You saw Booga utilize it in the World Cup. I'll play a little clip now.
The shockwave play. Booga can soar up into the sky. Go for it! Here it is! Shockwave died! Shots coming in! No elimination yet for the first game victory royale!
Alright, awesome. You saw him utilize it there. And you also have traps. Traps are just all around amazing to kill people. Also in the end game. You'll notice most of these items are really utilizing the end game. And this is because you're always having more people alive in those last final circles. In A tier, we have the pump. I just feel like it's not the old combat. It's not what we're used to. Then I have the med kits. They're not that useful anymore. And I have jump pads. Jump pads I feel like are still good for endgame, but I mean there's quite rotation like shockwaves, which really help as well. In B, I have big pot and SMGs. Big pot's kind of obvious with the splashes and the minis. You don't really need them anymore. And SMG is kind of obvious too because no one really uses SMG late game that much anymore. What I've seen, people usually just keep a combat with an AR, splashes, mini, shockwaves. That's why they're on my S. And then C, I have pistols and bandages. Obviously, as I said, not all things are in there. But now we're going to talk about the map. So I'll put a photo of the map on screen right now. But as you can see, they have added back Dusty Depot and Salty Factories, making it a new hot drop. And also, they have a little meteor above Salty Factories. Right now, I'm going to zoom in on that. If you can see this meteor, and on that meteor there are a bunch of loot spawns, and if you jump up, you don't take fall damage. Now, what else have they done, you might ask? Well, they have changed Neo Tilted to Tilted Town. So, no building, and you cannot break anything. Like, you cannot possibly build or break anything there. And they're gonna do like a change of location like every week. So look out for that. And what I also want to mention is the Brute. I mean, Brute is brutal. It anywhere in that center of the map, going from like Loot Lake to Mega Mall to Shifty Shafts, there is gonna be a Brute, okay? it can spawn there, and most likely will. Well, it's like 100% to spawn there, and you just have to run. So you're pretty much endangered of brutes if you land near Dusty Depot, Salty Factories, or Salty Springs. But if you land out on the outskirts of the map, which is what I recommend doing, then you kind of have a problem of the storm. So this season is quite problematical on where to land, and it's definitely going to be a bit of a crazy switch up. Lastly, I want to talk about how you can win your endgame in Season 10. Not much has changed right as so far into the season, but I'm just going to generally give you my tips on how you can win endgame. Now, my first tip, and probably my favorite tip, is to utilize shockwaves. I'm telling you, if you are on low ground and you have mats, you have health, you want to contest height, don't build up, because everyone's going to shoot at you. Shockwave up. No Not many people are going to notice, and it will be super quick and easy, and you won't have to waste any mats. Next one's going to be taking height, which, as I just mentioned, you want to go for high ground. If it's with shockwaves, however you do it, you want to go for high ground. High ground's gonna be so good in Season X because you have a lot of people who let's say are gonna be like fighting themselves in the combat, trying to take walls in the low ground, and it's kind of always been this way. It's always so messy in the low ground. If you take high ground, you have control over the map. You are controlling the fights and the third parties. It's all in your hands. If you can take height with mats and shields, you're set to go. Now next I want to say keep your mats as well. This comes back to saying the shockwave thing. You don't It's better to use the shockwave and you don't want to use your mats because you want to preserve your mats and save them for more important situations. Right now on screen you can see Psalm and he's on high ground, but Booga has shockwaves and he knows that he's going to go for high ground and he wants to go for high ground and you'll see him do that later on. And now I also want to say piggybacking. When you're rotating, please piggyback your opponents. And I'll explain piggybacking. Piggybacking is that when you see like let's say you see an opponent tunnel their way into zone, instead of using your own mats, just follow them, go behind them, break into their tunnel and just follow them. Piggybacking is just simple. It's like literally let your opponent carry you through rotation. Let them piggyback you, just follow them. You don't have to use your mats and no one will see you because you'll already be going behind the person who already just went. Awesome. So that's pretty much all for today's video. Make sure to win those end games, and I hope you enjoy Season X so far. And as I was saying, next video coming up is going to be how to take walls in Fortnite. So look out for that. Peace.
Go for it! Here it is! Shockwave died! Shots coming in! No elimination yet for the first game victory royale!
Oh my gosh! Confident play from Booga.
A statement game #1 for Booga, and here it is again. The shockwave up. Creo tried to prepare. You see the damage coming on through, but at that point, with that much of a health advantage, Creo stands no shot. What a brilliant ending. Talk about a great late game. Solos absolutely living up to the hype of the duo competition yesterday.